When Venture uses Burrow ability, Venture becomes invulnerable for a short time. And you might think that by picking Reinhardt and using your ultimate, it will force Venture out of the ground.
Hammer down! Nope.
Unless you apply my way of seeing how the game should work.
Hammer down!
This is just one of the silly examples of the hero-specific changes that me and my friend have decided to make. So let's go through all of them and see how good or stupid they are, shall we? So as we've just seen, Reinhardt is capable of shattering Venture out of the ground. But what if I told you that there is another hero who is also capable of doing the very same thing? Now, Wrecking Ball is capable of doing a reverse whack-a-mole, where he can pile drive Venture out of a burrow. Don't worry, Venture mates, I do have a funny change planned for you all as well. Have you ever felt like nobody ever heals you? You're standing there in front of your supports, and all they're doing is just shooting the enemy team. Happens to me all the time. So why not just go and grab a health pack instead?
Nope.
Unfortunately, your Genji player who is missing 5 HP decides to yoink a health pack from you. So you, a Winston player, cannot rely on your teammates any longer. So therefore, I am giving you a new special ability. Introducing Peanut Butter Health Pack. Now, you can forget about your useless supports and selfish DPS players, and just use a peanut butter remote to heal yourself to full HP. But first... Hey, what are you trying to do? Oh, I'm just playing basketball, you know. Try to have some fun. You calling this fun? You know, I have a better and more fun thing we can do. Wanna see? Sure. So, what is this? Well, I am glad you asked. War Thunder is a free-to-play military multiplayer game you've probably heard of, and for a good reason. Whether you're into tanks, planes, or warships, this game has it all, with epic battles set across the globe. With over 2,500 unique vehicles, there's always something new to try, and each one looks, feels, and plays differently. And if you're a huge fan of customizations, like me, then you'll be happy to hear that War Thunder also allows you to customize your vehicles to your liking. And not only that, but they still actively update the game, with the recent update Hornet Sting, which made battles look and sound even more epic, upgraded naval battles, and added new vehicles like the top-tier fighters Su-30 and Fa-18, and much more. So if that sounds cool to you, then download War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox by using the link in the description. All new players and those who haven't played War Thunder for half a year or more will receive some special bonuses. 100,000 Silver Lions, a special decorator Eagle of Valor, and more. And if you're more of a mobile player, then you can also fully immerse yourself in War Thunder Mobile, an epic mobile multiplayer action game. Download and play it for free on iOS or Android, using the link in the description. Now back to the video. If you're one of those people who love spending hundreds of dollars on skins, not me, then you may also have bought some Le Seraphim cosmetics. And one of the cosmetics is the dance emote. My favorite tank hero is D.Va. So when I saw the dancing emote for her, I could not help myself but to get out of a mecha and start using dance emote. Oh wait, it's only exclusive to D.Va mech form. Well, that was a waste of money. So, let's fix that real quick. Now this is worth the money. To this day, I still cannot memorize the name of one of the Mauga's abilities. When you see this word, what do you associate it with? I believe most of you are going to say cardiac arrest. And that is exactly what I always end up saying. But what if Mauga's ability was an actual cardiac arrest? How will it function? Well, now when you activate it, you get a huge boost of health, speed, and firing rate, capable of decimating most heroes in a second. But unfortunately, there's a small drawback to this ability. You die as soon as it ends. This is the real buff Mauga needs actually. You know what is the biggest flaw of all payload maps? It's that nobody wants to push the payload. We can always ask our teammates to push it, but there's a high probability of them replying with something funny in the chat. So instead of subjugating ourselves to some foul behavior of our not so nice teammates, how about we allow Torbjorn's turret to take all the slack for us? Introducing a new Torbjorn perk that will revolutionize the way Torbjorn is played. So now, whenever you throw your turret on the payload, it acts as a player and starts pushing the payload by itself. So that way, you can enjoy playing the game, while the turret does all the hard work for you and your team. We're all familiar with Genji's infamous
I need healing.
voice line. So I decided to include a UI element exclusive to Genji that will keep track of how many times he asks for heals. And this UI element also comes with a progression bar. The more you spam your
I need healing.
the more XP you gain towards the
healing.
next level. This will definitely not get you muted by your own supports.
I need healing. I need healing.
Throughout the years, I've seen a decent amount of posts asking for Mei to be able to have a special interaction against heroes that deal fire damage, those being Mauga, Ashe, and Torbjorn. So I said to myself, yeah, why not? It makes a lot of sense to me. I feel like Tracer is a bit too strong for my liking, and I think she could use a slight nerf. Whenever Tracer loses more than 50% of her health, her chronal accelerator starts malfunctioning, indicated by this UI icon on her screen. This effectively gives her a negative passive, which makes it so that when you use your recall ability, it does not return you to the same place you were at 3 seconds ago. Instead, it teleports you to a random place on the map. And sometimes that place can be a bit too random. Hey, at least it's lore friendly. Oh, Widowmaker, the bane of my existence. The only reason I don't want to play Overwatch is when she's on the enemy team. But let's put our differences aside and give Widowmaker a very important change that she truly deserves. Junkrat is my favorite DPS hero. High damage, high mobility, high chance of receiving compliments from the enemy team. And sometimes your team as well. And I feel like we're able to mitigate some negativity from your team by giving Junkrat some supportive elements. And the idea I have is to allow his teammates to use his mine as a mobility tool to reach certain high grounds. In Team Fortress 2, you have the soldier class that shoots rockets, just like Pharah. And in TF2, you can equip 3 weapon slots: primary, secondary, and melee. And there's a special unlock that TF2 soldier has, called Man Shreds. It has an ability to deal a massive amount of damage if you land on enemy's head. So that gave me an idea. What if Pharah had a similar ability? So now, when you are in midair, you can press your crouch button to swiftly descend down. And if you land on the enemy's head, you can also deal a huge amount of damage to them.
Greetings.
Okay, Venture players, you've suffered enough. From receiving 1 skin a year, to me rendering your burrow ability absolutely useless. So I'd like to apologize by giving Venture a completely new interaction. Depending on the map you are playing on, Venture will receive a map-specific buff. On desert and beach maps like Anubis or Samoa, Venture's burrow ignites enemies for 2 seconds. On frozen and snowy maps, Venture's ultimate also freezes enemies for 1 second. And on regular maps, Venture just explodes. You know, I feel like I have not mentioned Team Fortress 2 enough in this video. So let's go for round 2, shall we? I feel like Overwatch has not copied one important feature that TF2 has: taunt kills. A taunt kill is when you use a taunt, or emote as we all know it, and it is actually capable of one-shotting an enemy player if they are close enough. So let's bring this important feature to Overwatch. We'll take Cassidy and his finger gun emote, and well, the rest you can judge for yourself. Now we can finally make cosmetics pay to win. It takes a lot of skill and practice to consistently hit your sleep darts on the enemy players. Unless you're only trying to sleep Wrecking Ball, then you're just farming a sleep accuracy stat. Let's be honest. And I found a way how we can raise the skill ceiling of Ana's sleep dart even more. The way it works right now is that when you hit your sleep dart at an enemy, you deal 5 damage to them. But with my change, you're now able to deal headshots with the sleep dart. And instead of 5 damage, it'll be 300 damage.
You will fear me.
Brigitte can heal her teammates with a repair pack, but for some odd reason, it is not called a heal pack. When we use the word repair, we mean repairing a machine or omnics, not humans. And you know what else can be repaired in the game? A Torbjorn's turret. It always makes me sad to look at the low HP turret that Torbjorn refuses to repair. So I think that Brigitte can take matters into her own hands by using her repair packs to fix a turret. When I first started playing Overwatch, I had zero idea how to play Lucio, or even how he works. At the time, I assumed that his right click heals teammates. And I believe that I was not the only one who thought the very same thing. So I kinda wanna bring those old memories back and give Lucio a buff to his secondary fire. Depending on the music track you have active, it will either heal your teammates for 100 HP, or provide them with a faster movement speed for a few seconds. To incentivize Mercy players to go for kills instead of heal botting, I'm now giving Mercy a new passive that incentivizes a more aggressive playstyle. When you score a kill in your Valkyrie form, it resets your Resurrect.
Valkyrie justice. There's much for you to do.
Zenyatta is a hero that balances between healing and damage, much like everyone's least favorite support, Moira. But unlike Moira, Zenyatta's ultimate only heals. So how about giving him an option to switch between heals and damage during his Transcendence, which also comes with its own UI element. And the color of the Transcendence radius also changes based on healing or damage. If you have any other silly ideas for hero changes, then feel free to tell me about them. And as always, I shall see you in the next one.